Hello class, you're welcome to Direct Stars. In our mathematics class today, we're looking at Introduction to Standard Form. And the aim of the lesson is to understand how to represent very large or very small numbers in a concise and manageable way. The objective of the lesson is for you to know how to define the standard form and also know how to convert between standard and ordinary form. So the first thing that we'll be looking at here is to know what a standard form is. So what is standard form? Standard form is a way of writing very large or very small numbers by comparing the powers of 10. You can have a large number like 74 million, and can also have a very small number like 0.0000005. So there's a way that we can write these numbers in a concise and in a manageable way, which is called a standard form. Numbers in standard form are written in this format. We have it to be in this format: a multiplied by 10 raised to power n, where a is a number that is greater than or equals to 1 but less than 10, and n is a positive or a negative whole number. Now let's take a look at this number to see if they are in standard form or not. Let's look at the first number here. We have the first number to be 4.7 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 6. So we want to see if this number is in the correct form of standard form. Now we have 4.7 times 10 raised to the power 6. Now if you look at the front number, which is a, is less than or equals to 10. And if you look at the n also is a positive number. So we have this to be the correct form of the standard form. This is correct. Now let's look at the second number. We have 0.7 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 2. Let's look at the front number. Definitely the front number, which is a, is wrong. Why? Because we have a to be greater than or equals to 1. And what we have here is 0.7. Though n is right, but the a is wrong. So this is the wrong way of writing the standard form. Let's look at the third number. We have 9.34 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 5.5. Now, if you look at the front number, which is a is correct because it is less than or equals to 10. But let's look at the value of n. Now, n that we have here is not a whole number. It's not a whole number, so this is wrong. So this is not the right way of writing a standard form. And lastly, let's look at the fourth number there to see if it's the right way of writing the standard form. We have 1 times 10 raised to the power of minus 13. If you look at this, the front number, which is a, is absolutely correct because if you look at the value of a there, a is greater than or equals to 1. So this is very correct. And also looking at the value of n here is a negative whole number. So this is correct. So the next that we'll be looking at now is writing numbers in standard form in ordinary form. We have two examples here. So let's look at the first example. Here we are asked to write 2.7 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 3. This is in standard form, so we are asked to write this as an ordinary form. Then how are we going to do this? Now we have 2.7 times 10 raised to the power 3. Now, anytime we have the value of n to be positive, it means that we are moving the decimal point to the right. I'm moving the decimal point to the right. All right, so now we have 2.7. So meaning that we are moving the decimal point to the right based on the number that we have in our hand, which is 3. So we're moving it in 3 places. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3. So we're going to have this now to be 2,700. So 2.7 times 10 raised to the power 3 in standard form. In ordinary form, we're going to have it to be 2,700. And to the last example in this topic, we have 5 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 2. I have to write this, which is in standard form. I have to write it as an ordinary number. Now, if we look at the value of n that we have here, we have it to be minus 2. So anytime it's negative, it means that you are moving the decimal point to the left-hand side. And we can have 5 to be 5.0. Meaning that we are moving the decimal point 2 places to the left-hand side, which is the value of n that we have here in the power. So moving this in 2 places, we're going to have to the left-hand side, we have 1, we have 2. To mean that we're going to have a point here. So we're going to have this now to be 0 point, where we move our point to 0, 5. So 5 times 10 raised to the power minus 2, which is in standard form. In ordinary form, we're going to have it to be 0.05. So that'll be all for today. And if you haven't subscribed, do well to subscribe now. Thank you and see you in the next class. Bye.